It is my pleasure at this time to introduce an exceptionally talented and committed friend and longtime colleague of the University of Nebraska at Kearney, today's keynote speaker, Dr. Roger Davis. Dr. Davis is a professor in the Department of History. Roger is a native of Warren, Ohio, and a graduate of Youngstown State University. He earned his master's and doctoral degrees at the University of Arizona. And prior to his arrival at the UNK campus in 1986, he taught at the University of Arizona, Pima Community College, the American Graduate School of International Management, and the University of Nevada at Las Vegas. His research focuses on 19th century state development and national culture, including the Hispanic influence across the Great Plains of the United States. Dr. Davis has long been integrally engaged in and responsible for much of the success in the Department of History. Roger has been a true campus and community citizen. His influence has been wide-ranging. For example, he was a member of a Blue Ribbon Committee some 25 years ago that set the direction for graduate education on the UNK campus. He is a co-founder of the popular UNK community engagement event called First Friday. That dates back over 30 years. He also serves on the Central Community College Board of Governors. Roger is a true university statesman, and I'm honored to introduce him today. Please welcome Dr. Roger Davis.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Chancellor. Chancellor, members of the Board of Regents, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, graduating students. When Chancellor Bicek asked if I would serve as your commencement speaker, I was truly surprised and at a loss for words. Then I found some words and said, let me get back to you on this. From my experience, commencement speakers are generally individuals of some distinctive accomplishment and merit, of sterling character, reflecting qualities of leadership and vision. So I understood right away that this must be some sort of mistake. However, after a very supportive conversation with my wife, she was able to help me identify that significant factor which must have motivated the Chancellor's decision. I am old. I started my career on this campus in 1986, and so it became clear that if you hang around for 38 years, this is one of the things that happens to you. I was a bit uncertain about how to proceed, and so I asked a colleague for some advice. This is what Google had to say. Apparently, the purpose of a commencement speech is to inspire and motivate graduating students as they transition into life outside of academia. The speeches are typically uplifting and optimistic in tone, generally include humor, words of wisdom, and a call to action. And so here we go. This is the humor part. Comedian Robert Orban observed that a graduation ceremony is an event where the commencement speaker tells thousands of students dressed in identical caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success. Ellen DeGeneres offers this insight: follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means follow that path. And Russell Baker concluded, the best advice I can give anybody about going out into the world is this: don't do it. I've been out there, it is a mess. Well, I have been out there for quite a while, and so I offer the following. When I arrived at UNK, then Kearney State College, we were making copies with a mimeograph machine, impressing students with real live slide presentations, and conveying essential information with transparencies on overhead projectors and still using chalk. Today, we electronically exchange PDFs on synchronized platforms, share essential information in PowerPoint presentations, create imaginative videos through Yuja and Zoom, navigate modules in Canvas, and take our most pressing questions to ChatGPT. There has been plenty of change over the years, and reflecting upon this naturally leads to a very essential question about cheese. In 1998, a fellow named Spencer Johnson wrote a book. Well, actually, he is Dr. Spencer Johnson because he was a college graduate with an MD, a medical degree. He might have tried to earn the PhD, but apparently did not. Anyway, Dr. Johnson wrote a book which ultimately appeared on the New York Times bestseller list for over 4 years. And as of the present, it has sold over 46 million copies worldwide. The title of this most significant work is Who Moved My Cheese? In its brief 94 pages, the good doctor introduces us to 2 mice, Sniff and Scurry, and 2 small mice-sized people. Don't ask, I have no idea how you get mice-sized people. Anyway, they all live in a maze. On a daily basis, they are deeply focused upon one thing that has the most meaning for them, moving through the maze and finding a block of cheese. But they are faced with a problem and a challenge. Their problem is that someone keeps moving the cheese. Their challenge is how to face this constant change, because after all, cheese is the most important thing. Well, so much for the humor part of the commencement address. And I think you have to admit, that was pretty Gouda. I know. Now for the words of wisdom. On my office door, I have taped up 2 Loper pennants, a big envelope identified as the official research paper drop-off envelope. Yeah, kind of old school. And a piece of paper with one of my favorite expressions on it, something which to me offers some words of wisdom. The expression is as follows, and please bear with me as my Spanish is not what it used to be. De músico, poeta y loco, todos tenemos un poco. De músico, poeta y loco, todos tenemos un poco. My experience has been that even for folks who do not have Spanish, they do understand that this expression is saying something about music, poetry, and being crazy. If you Google up this universal expression from the Spanish-speaking realm, you will find a plethora of definitions and meanings. But no matter the number, they all reference the following essential characteristics. No one is completely rational all the time. No matter how rational a person is, they also have an artistic and creative side. No matter how rational a person is, they need music and poetry and art, the humanities. Everyone does stupid, embarrassing, or irrational things from time to time. And so what wisdom can we distill from this expression? We are reminded of our universal humanity. We are reminded that humanity requires not only reason, but the spiritual and the artistic. We are reminded that we are all flawed and in need of compassion and understanding. And this insight and wisdom is particularly valuable as we reflect upon the question of the cheese. We may never know who or what is moving the cheese, but we do know that change happens. It is the one constant. It challenges us all. We need to anticipate change, adapt to change, and most importantly, to learn to enjoy change and embrace the fact that the cheese will keep moving. And as we do this, as we figure out the maze and keep track of the cheese, we also know that we need to appreciate each other and to embrace the musico, poeta, y loco. And finally, the third part of the commencement address, the call to action. One of the significant pedagogical changes that has marked this campus since my arrival has been the emergence of what we call experiential learning. Experiential learning is referred to as moving beyond the book, from listening to lectures to learning by doing. And in fact, as you graduates well know, experiential learning is now a requirement for graduation. Consequently, I anticipate that you will all be very comfortable participating in a little two-part experiential exercise to conclude today's commencement address. So graduates, first, get ready. Please repeat out loud after me, who moved my cheese? Hey! Well, that's part one. Second, and now is the time for you to open your envelopes. You got them? Well, and again, all together, and let them hear you in the rafters there. De musico, poeta, y loco, todos tenemos un poco. Excellent. Thank you so much. Experiential learning at its best. Congratulations on this special day. Now go crazy and go Lopers.